I got it. I'll do it.
You gonna
3.
count yourself in?
Yep. 2. 1. I said 2.
I did.
Nah,
3,
nah.
2,
You ain't let me live
1.
my fuck up down. So you said 2. You held up 1.
Hey, look.
You meant 2.
Hey, look, maybe I went like that.
3, 2.
Look, maybe I went like that. Look, 2.
No, if
2.
you had your other hand up, it wasn't in the camera. It wasn't in the camera.
Look,
That's 2.
Hey, you were doing finger guns.
No.
All right. Welcome back to All Sorts of Sports. I don't know what episode this is because I'm the host randomly.
133.
I don't know why. 133?
I think every time I say it with confidence, Trump.
Yeah. All right.
I think it was like 136, like 2 episodes ago. So
No. I'm not
Look,
that dumb.
Look, they don't care. All right. It's one of them episodes.
Episode
It's one of
735.
the.
It's one of them ones. All
It's
right?
our millionth episode, everybody.
Look, we have a lot of stuff.
133.
We have a lot of stuff to get to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our picks for this week, and then we're going to do a preview of the NBA season, even though it kind of already started. And
No,
yeah,
it doesn't
whatever.
start. It doesn't start in earnest till like
Yeah.
late November. So
It started.
It doesn't start till Christmas.
It's not. Yeah, Christmas maybe depending on the matchup. Not until the All-Star break will I start saying, "Oh, these are who you're looking at for the All-Stars." Got it. But until football season's over, you're not going to see me care that much. I'm sorry.
All right.
Well,
So
Washington season's like over. But
Shut the fuck up, you goddamn traitor.
let me. I have a question for you guys. Who is mad? Let's see.
Who?
That's me.
Okay. All right. So K-Dot's in first place right now.
Still, yep.
I'm in second place.
I had a rough week.
Yeah. You only got a 2-game lead on me now.
I know. I had a really rough week.
So
We haven't
King's
even
in third.
counted. We haven't even counted one of my weeks. So
No, that's your fault.
You were supposed to count it and get
I
it back to
haven't
us.
had time yet, but
That's your fault.
just imagine I have 8 more points than I do.
We're not doing
You're
that because
behind
we
me.
told
I'm
you what
pretty
the rules were. If you didn't give
I'm
us a
pretty
count,
sure
then your
you're
count is
still
for your
behind
count.
Yeah. No, he still would be behind. So
Yeah, I still think
all
so.
right. So Keem, you're in third, and then Ryan, you're in last with 39 points.
How'd I do last week though? What? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Last week was if you did well last week, it shows how much you don't know about football.
Okay.
All right. So let's go into our picks for this week. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about from last week before we
Bills.
move on?
Finger
Washington
guns.
win.
Finger guns.
Didn't we all pick the Bills?
Yes.
Go Bills.
Like, it's not a surprise, but good job. I appreciate
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. All right.
It's just
so,
not fair. Sorry.
I mean, look, you could put look, Ryan did it with the Bills. Keem did it with the Warriors. You could do it too. Let's pick a better baseball team.
What's this motherfucker?
It's my holy trinity.
Difference-
It's
what in
Josh
the
Allen,
hell?
it's Von Miller, and Stephon Diggs.
All right.
Isn't
So
that-
the first game, the first game, which should be tonight when you're watching this, the Saints and the Cardinals. The Saints have everybody out, so I'm taking the Cardinals in D-Hop's first game.
Okay, so that
Although
looks good.
Modern Warfare comes out.
Marshawn Lattimore's not there.
Call of Duty. Call
So-
of Duty.
I have the Cardinals. Who y'all got?
Cards.
Game?
Thanks.
Yeah,
What?
Saints.
Oh,
I don't think that's a bad pick. I don't think the Cardinals are good.
Yeah, Saints.
Oh, they have elite coaching though. Just
Is
ask-
Hopkins back?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah,
I can't-
he's back.
Yeah, he's
he's
back.
back this week.
He's back. He's back.
So that's why I'm picking them.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
And Lattimore's not there. to
Trust me,
shadow.
the world is going to make itself, but you don't think because you did pretty good last week, shit means anything. Sorry, world's going to come back down, motherfucker. Promise you that.
Nah.
The pendulum, whatever the fuck can we
There
say?
you, hey, it's facts. It's
No.
facts.
I want to hear that.
Do you
All
know
right, next
facts?
game. Next game, we have the Falcons versus the Bengals. I think we're all on the same page here.
I mean,
Bengals.
Marcus Mariota was NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
So he definitely won't be this week. So
Exactly. Pendulum. Cincinnati Bengals.
God damn it. I hate you with this fucking pendulum. All right, so we all have the Bengals.
We're all on the Bengals.
That means
That
they're
means
gonna
the Falcons are
lose.
going to win. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Game after that, Cowboys and Lions. Ryan, go ahead and say the Lions. I know you want to.
The Cowboys.
Okay.
Dak Prescott comes back and he shines before it all falls apart and I ask for Cooper Rush again. Cowboys.
Okay. Game?
Lions.
Ooh, okay. I have the Cowboys. All right.
I wouldn't
why
be
you have the
surprised
Lions?
though. Because they
Why
fuck
you got
that
the
up.
Lions?
I think it's just one of Lions. They bye week. They had a bye week, extra week to prepare. They get Swift back. They get St. Brown back.
True.
The Sun God. It's Dak's first game back, and it's hard to adjust. Like I think it'll be hard, a little bit difficult for him to adjust first.
Okay.
First week
That's
he'll
fair.
struggle a little bit.
All right.
It's the entire game is dependent on if Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy forget why Cooper Rush was winning the games. Run the ball.
Definitely like the old.
Run the
That
fucking
too.
ball.
That too. That right. That too. I see all that. I see
You
all
look
that.
exactly like an old uncle talking with a cigarette in his mouth.
You caught up on Atlanta?
No, but I am almost caught up on House of Dragon.
I am completely caught up on House of Dragon. It is incredible. But Atlanta, Uncle Willie.
How are you
I'm on 7 of 8.
segueing into Atlanta?
Because he said Uncle. I was going to say Uncle Willie, played by Cat Williams, is one of my favorite characters on TV, and I need to give him his own thing.
That's true.
He should
All
get a spinoff.
He should get
All
a
right,
spin-off.
so Colts and Titans. I have the Titans because the Colts aren't really the Colts right now.
Jonathan Taylor's back. Naheem
Colts.
Hines is back.
Colts. Taylor's back.
Colts.
Titans.
Matt Ryan looked like Matt Ryan.
Although I think the Titans are bad.
The Colts almost lost to the Jags last week. Again,
I don't think the Jags are that bad.
I just think, yeah, whatever.
I think
All right,
Trevor
we'll see.
Trevor's having his growing pain game
You
sometimes.
said the Colts almost lost to the Jags?
Yeah.
Didn't they? Without Jonathan Taylor, right?
But they beat the shit out of him with Jonathan Taylor.
But the young kid, Keon Jackson? I think his name was? Looked good.
Deion
Jackson. All right. Yeah,
He got hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his quad, but
But yeah, I think the Colts are going to get a healthy dose of Derrick Henry, and I don't think they built to beat him.
All I know is Jonathan Taylor's fucking up my fantasy teams. I'm one overall goddamn pick.
All right, next game. Are we all on the same page here? Packers and Commanders.
Commanders.
Packers.
Woo! Okay, sir.
Packers.
All
I got my
right,
reasons.
I love it. I know. All right. Well, Ryan, I'm assuming you're picking the Packers. All right. So, K-Dot, since you're the only one on the Commanders.
Packers have not looked good, period. And outside the Packers not looking good, the defense actually looks pretty sweet. But we've got a guy named Taylor Heineke who almost beat the Packers last year if it wasn't for a fuck up where they said he was giving himself away when he was trying to get into the end zone. So he was one play away from beating the Packers last year. I think with Taylor Taylor is not a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Get that through your head. But beyond that, what Taylor does do is invigorate the team. And we have more weapons than we have had last year. Brian Robinson's starting to get more carries. I like them sprinkling in Gibson like in the second half of this last week. He looked good. I just think this is one of those games playing at home. Packers travel fairly well, but I just don't think they're going to make it out to FedEx for this one. This to me feels like one of those Taylor Heineke, get the city on his back and behind him for a little bit. There's a little bit of positivity.
All right. We'll see.
Packers by 30.
Yeah. All right.
Who is he throwing to, man?
Next game, we have the Bucks and Panthers. We're all on the Bucks, right?
Yeah. Did you see Tom on the sidelines?
Yeah. Bucks.
At this point, the Panthers are trading away their whole team. So
I think we're in big upset territory right now, but I'm still picking the Bucks.
Okay.
Storyline would be incredible if the Panthers could beat the Bucks. Tom's about to have a no good, very bad, terrible week.
Well, their guard, I think Ryan Jensen won't be back till November, and I think there's a guard. No, that's in the Cleveland game. So never mind. No, that got injured.
But I think the receivers, as more weeks going on, are getting healthier because Godwin, I still don't think is 100%, and he's kind of coming back. But give me the Bucks are clearly a better team. Give me the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Next game, we have the Giants and the Jaguars. I remember we had this question if the Giants were for real.
Remember Brian Dable?
They might be a little bit for real. Right, King?
No, they're not for real.
King missed our combo last week.
They're Pittsburgh of last year. And they're like an elephant on the top of a They're like an elephant on top of a light pole. We don't know how they got there, but they ain't gonna stay there very long.
Run
But
the football and playing defense.
They win this game.
They are very much a well coached team that is playing that above their station. That took advantage of probably I would say 2 straight games of the 2 teams that I picked to be in the Super Bowl, which I think is ironic. And so I think the Giants are going to come back down to earth.
So you picking the Jags?
Yes,
Jags.
absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going my gut. I'll be out there on a limb with you. I'll pick the Jags, although this is not the get right team. To me, this is about the Jags having a good day, not necessarily the Giants having a bad one.
True. I mean, I could see it. All right. Then next game, we have the Browns
Did
and
you pick?
Ravens. I picked the Giants.
Ryan, who'd you pick?
Giants.
Yeah. So I have the Browns and Ravens. So on this app, it says that the Browns, 4.9% of the people pick the Browns.
Yeah.
That's
And I
4.9% of the people are going to be wrong.
Well, I guess make it even 5% because I'm picking the Browns.
Okay. I'm taking the Ravens.
Ravens.
Understand? Okay. All right. I saw that the only reason I'm picking the Browns because like I saw that Mark Andrews in practice because his knee. I hope he's all right, and if he plays, then I might reconsider. And then Lamar was limited. What happened with Lamar?
Saying it's a hip injury, but I think I don't know the thing about Lamar. I think he's fine. He was limited.
died.
He just when they say he was limited, he just didn't practice in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and then he came out.
Okay.
And
Needed some milk.
Mark
That's-
Andrews, I think, is really a rest day, but they didn't want to call it that.
Okay.
He needs it.
Yeah.
I saw an interesting stat.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews has not blocked one time this whole season.
Yeah, he's a
It's
wide
not.
receiver
Don't
five.
say it like that because it sounds wrong.
Nah, but it is what
in
it is.
past situations,
He's not-
not blocked.
He is a receiver. He is a wide
He's not.
receiver.
He's
wide
not
receiver one.
a pass option. He's the pass option.
He's a wide receiver 1. Yeah,
I
he's
know,
wide
but that
receiver
shit was
one.
funny. I was like, that man ain't blocked one time, not even on the end around. Like, damn.
Yeah, but in the Cleveland game, one of their starting guards is doubtful to play. Who's their All Pro starting guard? I forget which one. So that run game is gonna struggle a little bit, maybe. So I'm not really worried about that. And plus, fun fact: the Ravens have won all of their even week games and lost all of their odd week games.
Things
So-
that don't mean
Guess
anything.
what?
No, it's the
The
pendulum.
Yeah, motherfucker.
No. That's I don't. Just because you don't understand it, it doesn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Doesn't mean.
All right. So the first of the late games is the Jets versus at Denver.
Jets.
Yeah,
Jets.
same here.
Also, I said that the wrong way. They've won all of their odd week games and lost their even week games.
Yeah, pendulum.
But Broncos.
Okay.
Is this,
They've got to get right, man. They've got to have a game to get right. Like I just don't understand what is it. Nathaniel Hackett.
We had
Jesus.
a flash of it. We had a flash of it in the first half, and now we need to finish.
All I'll say this: Denver has a really, really good defense.
They do,
Surtain
even
is
though
that
Randy
dude.
Gregory's out.
they're going to get
Surtain is that
sauced.
dude.
You know who has an
But-
underrated
but
defense?
To be fair, the Jets have a really good defense. As
That's
well.
yeah.
That
I
boy
know.
Sauce.
Oh yeah,
That
I know.
boy Sauce?
Oh, trust me, I know. But Surtain is that dude.
Williams, I think,
Sauce
is
nice too.
Williams has to be a candidate for defense player of the year at this point. I think.
Probably.
Quinton?
Yeah. The boy filthy. He's playing his ass off for that team. Here's the thing. The Jets aren't like they're not gonna be contending for anything this year. But I'll tell you right now, 2 years from now, Jets gonna be a fucking problem in that division.
I won't even say 2
It
years
might even be
from
two.
now,
Yeah, it
man.
might be next year. They're gonna be a fucking problem. in that division.
Depending on how they upgrade in the offseason, next year they're a playoff team.
Yeah, if they get another receiver or two, Jesus Christ, boy.
I don't even think receivers the problem. They
I
just
think
need
I go
quarterback.
receiver for
And
them.
their offensive line
Need
hurt.
playmakers.
Is hurt.
They've got Elijah Moore, they got Garrett Wilson, and you got Corey Davis. That's a decent. You need maybe a playmaking tight end. Like Conklin isn't great, but he's good.
Not Dave
Mhm.
Davis.
Upgrade the
Reese-
offensive line and defensive. Well, just
And
the
they're-
offensive line. You
And
straight.
their running backs are very good.
Yeah, Brees Hall, Michael Carter, both good.
Mhm.
Both good.
Jets
All
can
right.
make some free agent splashes. It is New York.
Yep.
Next game, we have the Texans at Vegas. So the Texans just fired. What's his name?
Jack Easterby.
Kirby.
They exercise Easterby.
Can't wait
So-
to pick this game.
I don't know if that's going to do anything to team morale but everybody that I saw was very like fan wise, they were ecstatic that this happened. But yeah,
changing my pick right now.
Cool. I have the Raiders.
Raiders by
Texans, Easterby. I think Easterby going away gives them a boost. I really think he was that bad. I really do think he was that bad. I think Lovey put something together this week.
Listen, I hope the Raiders lose the game, but only because I have money betting on their season. Only because. But I'm picking the Raiders to win. But I hope they lose, because if they lose, even though it will be only their 5th loss of the season. So early. And it will be their 5th loss of the season. I would immediately send a cash out request to James. Like, they're not going to go. They're not going to finish the season undefeated. Just saying. I know he would be no, denied. I have hope.
Oh yeah. The fuck? I'm not sending you shit until it's over.
Well, eventually it'll statistically be over. It's just when is that?
Statistically, they can get that 7 losses next month.
If it happens, it happens.
The Raiders clearly win this game. They are a much better football team. I just think Easterby is a piece of shit.
I want to say this though. So the Texans don't have a good run defense at all.
Yo.
And Josh Jacobs
is back.
Is been on a tear.
Yep.
Like at least 120 and 2 touchdowns the past few weeks.
It shouldn't be in Carr or Devontae's hands. It should be a Josh Jacobs.
I know.
Just keep it simple, win the game.
Just hope Josh McDaniels understands that. But we'll see.
Neck Boy is going to have 6 touchdowns. Easterby is gone.
Max Crosby's going to break his. Never mind.
All right. Say an inappropriate word.
Nope.
Racial epithet.
No.
Max Crosby.
No, I didn't want to wish injury on anybody because that's stupid.
Man.
That's a bitch move to do. All right, Seahawks and Chargers, 4:25 game Sunday evening.
This one was obviously the hardest one for me to pick.
Just do it.
I picked the Seahawks.
Do I go with MVP candidate Geno Smith?
He will never win MVP.
Shut your fucking mouth.
He's a candidate.
Yeah, technically there are a bunch of them. Every quarterback in the league.
Geno might deserve it. He'll never win it, and it sucks, but it's what it is.
Or do I pick the Chargers? I gotta.
It's your boy Herbert.
I know it's both my boys right now.
You still have a helmet?
Pick. Yeah, I gotta go. I had to go with Herbie. I have to.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that hurt you.
Yeah, it's hard. It's gonna put a small dent in Geno Smith's MVP run. But man, he's looking better than the guy that got traded away. So I'll take the Chargers.
Definitely.
I'm gonna go retweet Chargers.
All right, so I'm picking the Seahawks. I'm the only one. JC Jackson is the 2nd worst graded corner right now, which is kind of weird.
He's been playing hurt.
DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are going to have a field day, but we'll see. I'm picking the Seahawks on a whim. All right, next game, Chiefs and San Francisco.
Chiefs.
Who else? Who's next? Who's gonna?
I'll go Niners.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that the Chiefs against good defenses this year will struggle. And so I will take the Niners of San Francisco.
I understand it, but I'm gonna take the.
Hey, did you know that do you know that the Chiefs quarterback, I'm forgetting his name right now. He's thrown 3 last possession interceptions the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound
solid. Oh man, he doesn't good thing he isn't Lamar, because they would have highlighted that. They'd be tearing him up on TV.
Why'd he throw catch with the boys in the playground? Like,
good thing there's a pendulum.
Mahomes has a Super Bowl. It erases a lot of shit. You can't say he has a Super Bowl. You're not gonna say he's not clutch. You're not gonna say you're just like, okay, he's having a rough patch. But you're not you can't do. He's got a fucking Super Bowl. Clutch
pedal's broken, dude. That's all I'm saying.
If Lamar had a Super Bowl, they'd be like. I actually think if Lamar gets a Super Bowl, his entire narrative changes.
Nope.
I hope so.
It should.
We'll see after this year.
It should. That narrative shouldn't be there in the first place, but whatever.
God damn it.
All right. Sunday night game. We have the Steelers and Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins. Tua is going to be back. I hope I hope the Steelers win, just so that this is like better off for Tomlin to not have a losing season. But I think the Dolphins are going to take this one.
So what? The Dolphins don't get their day advantage of burning the other opposing sideline because it's night. Fucking assholes. That's unfair and it shouldn't be allowed to happen.
You would do it.
I would absolutely do it, but I do.
Exactly.
They can't do anything about it now. I'm just saying this shouldn't be allowed to happen. It should not be. There was a 30-degree difference in the same fucking state.
We did that shit to us, and we had to wear black jerseys.
It's so
like that one year.
That's so fucked up. It's just fucked up. But give me the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. They are a better team than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm gonna go Steelers, and the only reason I'm going Steelers is I don't think it's gonna be a very high scoring game. I think Dolphins are gonna run the ball a fuck ton because they're gonna try and keep Tua on his feet. Because if he gets hit again, I think the Steelers look pretty decent at the end of the last game. I think the Dolphins secondary is a little rough. So it's gonna be like a 17-14 kind of deal, and I think the Steelers are a little bit better than I thought they were. So I'm gonna take the Steelers.
It's a nice assessment.
1,000% agree with everything Ryan just said, and I'm also picking the Steelers. It's Mike Tomlin in prime time, and baby, I don't know if people know, but Steelers they do well in prime time. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the season.
Yeah, I'm changing my pick. I'm going Steelers.
All right,
you dick eating.
No, you guys made valid points. And look, I even made the point about the fucking sideline. I still picked the Dolphins. So I'm just like,
make sure you change it in the app.
No, I have the app up as we go through.
Cool. Yeah, because I think they're gonna hit Tyreek Hill on some bubble screens.
Maybe
to the house or Waddle.
So you got the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm going Steelers. I'll go Steelers. Prime time. Yeah, Steelers don't. It doesn't feel like the Steelers should lose in prime time, right?
I mean, if Gesicki hits a gritty in the end zone,
he said he retired.
They should automatically lose.
He said he retired.
That shit is
after everybody cooked him. He was like, "All right, my bad. I'm not doing."
He did it twice. How many times did he need to get cooked?
He did it all the way back to the sideline.
I know. It was terrible.
You could tell he practiced.
He keeps doing it when his team is losing. Right, every time he's done it, they're like down.
All right, I'm on the Steelers too. God damn it. Like, I don't want to see him do it. All right, cool. Final game. The Bears and the Patriots. Same.
So Mac Jones is back. I don't know if you guys have seen the statistical comparison between Mr. Zappy makes you happy and Mac 10. One of these is a good quarterback, and one of these statistically is not a good quarterback. I'm taking the Bears.
It's a fun thing that you say that. I want to piggyback off of that. So there's a stat that says that the quarterback who leads 30% of the time, Justin Fields' throws are either uncatchable,
or not on target.
Shit. He leads the league in uncatchable passes thrown with at 30% of his passes. It's 29.5, but I'm rounding up. Patriots.
Well, the other part of that is that if that one where he overthrew the tight end who was wide open, who broke off his route and didn't keep running. I think a little bit of it is a lot of miscommunication because that kid's got a fucking cannon. But I think the Patriots are going to be a little rusty coming back with Mac 10. And I mean, if Fields could get 100 yards on the ground, no problem against the Patriots defense. So I'm taking the Bears. I like Justin Fields.
I'm going to say this. Them two rookie corners might have an interception each in the first half. They're playing that good, but all right.
No, I just tell you right now, after watching the Commanders play the Bears are bad. Yeah. I like the fact that we almost lost that game makes me also, why the fuck did I pick us to beat the Packers? But you
want to switch it?
No, I'm not switching. I'm not switching. Not Taylor time, baby.
That's
all right.
No, but dude, Fields had to run, and we were whooping his ass too. I feel bad for him.
You're acting like Mac Jones is a good quarterback.
So, guys, how are we doing this? Are we cutting it here? Or are we starting a new episode? Or are we just gonna go right
No,
in?
we're just the same episode.
Right,
right
cool.
in.
I'm right
All
into
right,
it.
so now it's the NBA. NBA started
NBA preview.
The first team to lose
National Basketball
in the
Association.
NBA was the Sixers, which is lovely. Second team to lose is the Lakers.
Lovely.
Yeah, also lovely.
That James
Goddamn
Harden,
traitor.
that James Harden shimmy,
They betrayed me.
airball.
They
is my
betrayed me
favorite
first.
Thing. So good.
Oh, you were a Lakers fan.
Did you forget?
I don't know. Look, it was the Lakers. It was the Hornets at one point. That's the one.
No, it wasn't. It was never the Hornets.
You was talking. You was real hyped about LaMelo Ball.
I'm still hyped about LaMelo Ball. I'm just happy I
good.
get to see him. I live in the city where he plays.
True.
Also,
Fair
fun fact. So, because he lives in the building across from like where I work, and so I'm like on the 8th floor, and I can see when he comes out with his dogs and stuff. Like whenever he comes out,
son of a bitch, you.
you're being weird. You're being weird. Like literally in the window, I can.
It's 10:05. He's got to walk his dog.
No. So
Hey, you might get him to sign some shit.
So no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Man,
so
you make
some
some
of
bread.
I
Look,
don't
bring
care
a
to
card
ever.
and be like, "Hey, can you sign this?"
I don't care to ever meet him. He's a nice person, I'm sure, but I don't care to ever meet him.
That would be a come up.
But like, whenever like people think he's outside, like because other people in work can see on the rooftop, they're like, "Hey, I think it's LaMelo. I think it's LaMelo." And then like, so we're on 2 floors, 8 and 7. Yesterday was either yesterday or the day before. People from the 7th floor came up to the 8th floor, and like you saw, and there's a lot of Caucasians. Sorry, Ryan. And the Caucasian women came up, and it was just like you could
I
see
identify as Jewish, so don't worry, you're not offending.
you could see the groupies in it though. Like it was just like white women in the window, like,
I understand.
Where is he? Where is he? So
That happened at my
Let
old
me
job.
see him.
We were above the Warner Theater, so anytime like people come in the side entrance, yeah, I get you.
It's
All right.
Robin season.
So, how do you guys want to start off with who we think is gonna be the MVP?
I don't know. You tell us, host.
yeah.
All right, fine, fuck it. Who you guys MVP?
Should we do the picks of who? No, I'm checking. I'm not. Fuck it.
See, yeah. Who you guys
Well,
MVP?
I'll start because my it changed between yesterday and today.
Okay.
So I watched the 76ers against the Boston Celtics, who do not have a center, misuse Joel Embiid for the entirety of the game. And in my heart, I was like, it's got to be Joel's here, right? It's not going to be, because what the fuck? They're I don't understand. He had like 3 shots in the paint in the first half. He took 6 threes.
Who's your MVP, Ryan?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be Jason Tatum this year. It's Jason Tatum's year. That team looks solid. I think he's a front runner of that team.
I'm loving that.
Vis-a-vis.
Loving
I'm going
that.
Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Loving that bit.
All right. Keem, who you got?
I'm gonna go with a small forward as well. Small forward / point guard. I'm gonna go with the Luka Mavericks.
Hey. All right, cool.
I think Luka worked out this offseason. He's in shape,
Well,
apparently.
he
Kenny
played during
Luka.
the offseason. He played in Europe.
No,
So-
but he didn't. He didn't take time off after the tournament though, like he did the previous time.
I think that playoff success, that playoff run they had, will carry over into the regular season with Luka, and I think it's also he'll have the narrative power because they lost Jalen Brunson, even though they're getting Tim Hardaway Jr. back. But they lost Jalen Brunson, so technically people are going to say they lost their second best player. They didn't. But they have the narrative. They added Christian Wood. I think that'll be good for them. I think that'll be real good for them.
Like we talked before
And
this.
especially in a Western Conference that's kind of loaded, but also you've got like the Clippers who will be good, but Kawhi and Paul George are probably going to be low managed. The Golden State is probably going to low manage their players. So, I think they'll win more games than almost any other team in the West. And it's them and the Grizzlies that I think will tear through the West this year.
All right, let me go then, because Keem, you took my pick.
Oh,
I
we
got
knew
Luka
what
as
your
well.
pick was. We're not.
Yeah.
I know. No, I struggled. I honestly
No.
struggled. No,
I struggled too because I had KD also, but then I was like, no, fuck him.
I was. It was between like Giannis and Luka for me, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. 'cause
Giannis
I
is
was
a dark horse.
and I was thinking about Jokic too, right? But I was like, they're not gonna give it to him a third
No way.
time. Like,
No way.
no. So then I was like, Giannis, like I could see it because the Bucks are going to be a really, really good team. But then I was like, yeah, like the difference between, like you said, Jason Tatum, right? He has Jaylen Brown next to him. So that's going to take away from it. Luka has who next to him?
Tim Hardaway Jr., man.
Yeah. Tim Hardaway
They're playing
Jr.
on the
is
team.
like, he's a scorer. So like that's gonna make Luka look better because his assist numbers are gonna go up. Tim Hardaway Jr. is not gonna break the defense down and like create his own shot for the whole game.
No.
So and then I also like how you brought up Christian Wood because Lob City.
Yeah. No, very much so.
And
Very
guess
much
what?
so.
The best part is that means that the white pal gets less minutes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
All right. So yeah, I'm going with Luka.
Yeah. One real quick thing. Like I had it, like it was like Luka, KD, and then I was like, who else? And I was like, I like Ja, I like Giannis. I thought about what Ryan said too. Embiid, like Embiid should be there. It might be. I was like, this should be his year. It should be his year. Harden's in shape. But I keep thinking it's something always happens with Embiid. So it just always happens. I just couldn't go with him. So
He'll be healthy all season, but mismanaged.
yeah, and he'll
so
miss like 2
because-
weeks.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Kid.
Had it down to 3 for MVP, and then there's this dark horse that just keeps rattling around in my head, but I don't have the balls to pick them because I just think that the MVP is going to come down to where it is you slot as far as your positioning on in the playoffs.
Mm.
So that's the reason I'm going to give it to Giannis right now.
Who's your dark horse?
Dark horse is Zion Williamson. I just think that Zion at this point, like I see New Orleans being around that. We'll get to it, but I think they're around that top of the play-in sort of vibe to me. So like I think that hurts his chances when you're going to see some dominance with some of these other guys with better records. So that to me is Giannis, and then so that was my dark horse outside of my top 3. But I had my top 3 is Giannis, so I'm picking for MVP. Then I had Ja Morant, number 2. I just think Ja is going to have a hell of a season. And I think Memphis is going to do some damage. I think Memphis is going to get better as the year goes on. And I think that's going to help them a ton. And I love Ryan's pick, and it's becoming like the sexy pick around as far as Jason Tatum. It's hard for me to know exactly what happened over this course of this offseason with Boston and what the impact is going to be on the team itself over the course of the season. And I do think that in basketball, shit like that can just fuck up chemistry a little bit, and just depending on the guys you got. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if either 3 of those guys get it. But give me Giannis because I just think Milwaukee's record's going to be incredible.
Just real quick, I just want to let you know that Zion has more points than the Nets halfway through the first quarter.
He's gonna eat. He is going to.
I think it's about to be
this year.
a problem.
And but healthily.
I mean, he lost all that weight. It's 20
that's the thing. The weight
20-5.
So let me go into the next thing. So we talked about the MVP, right? Now let's talk
have we talked about that yet?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the disappointments.
Are we doing the other awards?
Yeah.
Later. Okay.
Yeah. So my disappointment, you guys have brought it up. I think each of you have so far. Is going to be the Sixers.
I have not brought that up.
I did.
And I know King did too.
Yeah.
The way that they're playing the game right now is just the same shit from last year. They didn't change anything really. And their most success has been through pick and rolls with Harden and Embiid, and then they just go one-on-one. And then like you can't have success that way. And the fact that they haven't changed much really is worrying. And I think teams have figured them out, and they're not going to adjust. So they're supposed to be really good, but I just don't think they will be.
All right. I went back and forth between them and the Clippers because it just seems like every year. So if the Clippers are good this year, they're the top 3 team in the league. But if they're bad, they are going to get roasted. And is it Ty Lue is their coach, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's going to be the first one out the door and scapegoated. But I think that because I think that Philly's going to be so mismanaged that they will end up being the biggest disappointment just because they are like at the precipice of going to the finals in terms of talent. But they don't know how. They're like, oh, James Harden's healthy, let's just play the same way we played last year. That doesn't work. You have one of the most formidable centers in the league shooting 6 threes in a game against what could be an opponent come playoffs. You can't do that, right? And I think it's going to be more load management for the Clippers as to why they don't have as good of a record as some people might feel. The Sixers going to have a worse record than people think they should because they're not playing basketball in a way that elevates their players.
Yep.
There's no reason Embiid should be Shaq right now, sitting in the middle until Giannis shows up. Then fine, shoot some fucking threes. But until that point, they played against a Grant Williams-less Celtics. I don't even know who was guarding him. It was a fucking power forward was guarding him all night. Just give him the ball and let him work. And they're not going to do that. So if they're not going to do that, fuck them. They're going to suck and it's their fault.
All right,
fuck them.
Who's next?
James Harden, skinny ass.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So for me, I try to look at who made splashes in the offseason or what people identify as splashes and stuff like that to pick my disappointment. I thought about Sixers because I think this might be one of those seasons where I think Doc might not make it throughout the year. Well, I think he might not be the coach after this season. I don't think he'll get fired midseason or anything. But one of the biggest trades of the offseason was Rudy Gobert going to the Minnesota Timberwolves, right?
Yep.
I think the Timberwolves are a good team. I love Anthony Edwards. I like Cat, love D'Angelo Russell, but I think they'll disappoint. I think they're still a playoff team, right? But I don't think they'll reach the heights that people think they should or were. And I think they'll struggle. I think through the first half of the season, we'll see a lot of struggle with them. Maybe they'll start off, 15-15 or something like that. And and everybody will be like, oh, what's the problem? What's the issue? They'll point to the coach and stuff like that and how players are being used. And I don't think they'll finish the season well, but I still think they'll make the playoffs or at least a play in. But they're my pick to be the biggest disappointment for this season.
Okay. That
Suns, if I'm going based off of what they've done in recent years, I think we're looking at Chris Paul maybe being gone by the trade deadline.
I like that pick. I love that pick.
I think I think it's over. I think the window's closing.
Think it's over.
I think they could potentially make the play in, if things get lucky at the end. And depending on what they get in the trade for Chris Paul. I like Devin Booker. I don't think he's untalented at all, but I just think that they don't necessarily have the pieces to make the run. So it's going to be them repositioning themselves over the next few years. So I just think Phoenix is going to be one of those teams that we've always seen at the top, and they won't be this year.
I like that. I love that.
Good, broke them. All right. So we went through the disappointments. Now let's talk about the surprises / dark horses, right? So you guys brought this up. I think K-Dot, you did a little bit. I'm really high on the Pelicans. I know you said that they might be in the play-in spot. I think they could be a little bit higher.
Yeah. I think they're right at that cusp. I think they're above.
I like them at 6 seed. I like them as 6 seed.
I think they can make the 6 seed.
I could be the 5 or the 4.
That I have between Dallas and New Orleans, but we'll get to it.
I know, but I think I understand you guys are really high on Zion, right? He hasn't proven that he can stay healthy at all yet. I'm hoping he can, right? But Brandon Ingram, big ass part of that team.
Oh yeah,
and they also got CJ McCollum too.
Yep,
they got a squad.
Yes,
and you know how you talk about certain teams are gonna load management their way through it. If you sit Zion for a couple games, cool. You still got all them other pieces that the other teams that are load management don't have. So I think they'll be a little bit higher than people are expecting.
But Zion also making it for pretty 2 years. So I don't know if they're going to have to load manage him because I think they waited until he was fully healthy to bring him back. And he's still 23, 24 years old. So where I think other teams will have to load manage because of age and wear and tear, I think they let him heal to a point where I don't think they're going to have to load manage him in the middle of the season where a lot of other people might have
If
to.
he's sore, they're gonna be they're gonna put him
Oh,
lower.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think
So
I think I'm hopeful that they let him get to a point of healing where he's not going to have to. So,
and it was good to see that he dropped all that weight, like for like his knees and everything like that.
for his ligaments,
Yeah.
his joints.
So who's next?
I can go next.
But
All right. So for me, I think this is an easy again, big splashes in the off season, and like moves that I think this team made a move that I think will definitely benefit them, and kind of put them into the upper echelon in the Eastern Conference, and that's the Atlanta Hawks. DeJounte, I think I've spoken before about how the best thing about Steph Curry's career was having a two guard like Klay Thompson. You need a 3-and-D guy. You need a 3-and-D guy next to you. DeJounte Murray, not necessarily a great three-point shooter,
right.
Solid, but he's a walking triple-double. He can play defense. And he provides Atlanta with another playmaker outside of Trey. The reason that they got their asses hounded so much last year is because the Hawks did not have a playmaker outside of Trey. So people would double and pressure Trey, and that's it. And that was it for the offense. I think with Murray, that doesn't happen anymore. And it helps you defensively with the Hawks. And I'm looking at the Eastern Conference, outside of Boston, outside of Milwaukee, I don't fear anybody in that conference in terms of just regular season wins. Obviously, the Nets are good, right? But I think they'll have to learn to play together. They need to learn. I think they gotta incorporate Ben Simmons playing with Kyrie, playing with KD. They'll struggle, but they'll still be a good team. And I can see the Hawks being a top 3 seed potentially, with adding DeJounte Murray. And so they're my big surprise for this year.
I agree 1,000%.
So
I picked him up in fantasy.
I will
Like,
piggyback off of Keem. I hate that we're agreeing so much. DeJounte Murray is one of my favorite players in the league. An absolute triple-double machine. And the fact that takes some of the onus off Trae Young to get other people open, to let Trae Young do what he does best. And they will have to have a second set of eyes on, I don't even know who the best passer of the ball is on that team anymore, because they're both elite. And they both, like, DeJounte Murray can fucking ball. He can drive the lane better than 99% of the league. And that team's going to win a fuck ton of games, because who do you put your best defender on? Right? Because they both have almost equal skill sets. I think Trey shoots the ball better than DeJounte does.
A lot better.
As far like that first step, DeJounte Murray can get to the hoop. Mm-hmm. Trey can shoot the ball. Who do you put your best defender on? It's going to be really tough. They're going to win a fuck ton of games. It's be really fun to watch those two guys cook. So I think probably more than any other team, other than maybe the Pelicans, we'll come back to that when we pick coach of the year. The Hawks are going to fucking eat.
One thing I saw was it was pretty lethal. DeJounte and John Collins were in the pick and roll, and Trae Young was sitting at the 3. Oh my God. What do you do?
Oh my God.
What do you do? K-Dot, who you got?
Atlanta was going to be my answer, but I'm going to deviate just a bit just so we don't have everybody talking the same thing. Give me the Cavaliers. I think the Cavaliers are also primed to move in the right direction from where it is last year. Just they'll make the playoffs. I don't have them as like a top seed or anything. I have them just making the playoffs, but it is an improvement over last year. But I mean, it's me just throwing in another name. I really do think it's the Atlanta Hawks' time to kind of shine in the East. But yeah, I'll tell you what my seeding and everything else. Short and sweet.
Okay. All right. So we talked about the surprises. Now let's go into Rookie of the Year. I can go first. I think it's going to be Jaden Ivey with the Pistons.
My man.
Sitting right next to Cade. And the fact that he can score the ball is quote unquote sexy for the voters. And I think the Pistons are going to be a little bit better than what people think. And the fact that he's going to be scoring as many points as he does, they might give him the nod over that guy in Orlando.
I'll go next. That's my pick. the guy in
Yeah,
Orlando,
that's
Paolo
my pick, too.
Banchero. I think Orlando is going to be one of the most fun teams to watch in the league. They might not win a lot of games, but I do think that if you got NBA TV and it's one of those nights and you play and you watch them, there's going to be one of those nights you're like, Magic playing. I'm not going to mind this. They got some fun guys on there. I just don't know if they've built the team cohesively just yet. But yeah, give me Paolo. I just think he's the guy.
I am also going Paolo. I think oftentimes it goes to maybe not the best team, but like the sexiest player, the guy who puts up the most points, who like people watch even though the team's fucking trash. Also, Bulls on that fucking team. I will watch just for that young man because he is an absolute freak of nature. I love it. But I think they're gonna. I think and don't they also have Obama?
It's
got a
just gonna be
song.
fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, and I think if he can stay healthy, which I'm pretty sure he can, because he's young, he'll lead the world in rookie scoring. And like I thought Cole Anthony was gonna do it last year, but I don't think they really had the pieces. Guess what? He's on that team. So if Cole Anthony can get back and healthy, Paolo's gonna have a lot of open looks. And look, kid was good in college. I think he's gonna light it up.
Cole Anthony just got ruled out for the first game, by the way. So
I mean,
it just
if you
happened.
stay healthy. Also, it could be precautionary. I don't know. Also, it's game one. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, it's anyway. Like we all went hard on the 76ers. It's one game.
No, but it was just a way in which they were.
I'm sorry. No. We're not, I won't deviate. Fred, let's continue.
Go ahead, King.
You're the deviator.
This interesting thing is that I had Paolo and Jaden Ivey. I was like kind of debating between both of them. I want Paolo as well, but I do think Jaden Ivey. I'm with you 100%, James. He could be easily, but I go with Paolo for the same reason that Ryan said. You know, he'll put up the points. They need him. They need him to score more than Detroit will need Jaden Ivey because they have Cunningham and they got what's the center? Is it Durden? They get Durden in the draft as well. And I think they'll use Durden as well. I think Durden's going to be a good pick. You're talking about that Magic team. That Pistons team is going to be fun to watch. They're going to be better. That's your league pass ticket right there. You got Cade, Durden, and Ivy. I think that's a fun team.
They're going to be fun too.
And they'll be a better team, I think.
In a few years, they're going to be at the top of the Eastern Conference.
The league's young, man. The league's young. Sure. It's feeling good.
And then you got that kid from France coming next year.
Hey, there's going to be a lot of people tanking this year.
If Chet hadn't gotten hurt, I probably would have picked Chet to win the year. To be honest, so I hope he comes back healthy, man. You never know with that foot, man, ankle, big man. I really hope this isn't like
that's tough
situation where.
Why are they giving Chet the Zion treatment? Oh my God, is he ever going to be healthy again? Will he ever be able to play? People are just like,
when big men injure their feet,
that foot injury, man,
it's tough to come back from.
That's Yao Ming right there. That's Yao Ming.
Yeah, which actually reminds me, Victor. I know we got a lot of foreign people that watch this. If you just happen to be one of them, you need to hire Giannis's entire team that got him to build his weight. You need to start putting shit on that frame. You are not going to make it. You have to change your body. Any team that drafts him needs to have a 3-year plan of potentially not playing him until he gets his fucking weight up, in the sense of load manage like a motherfucker the first couple seasons. Because you start putting a lot of miles on that goddamn frame, he is not going to make it.
Do they call it Le Cheeseburger in France? Le Cheeseburger.
It's actually. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, guys.
Just in France.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
All right, we're going.
I didn't get to do that. I was very upset. Everybody judged me because I was like, I want to go to McDonald's.
We're going.
Their food is apparently good though.
Yeah, you get.
Apparently, there were complaints of
poutine.
All the reviews for McDonald's that I saw in France, they kept saying the food was cold. So it kind of scared me off.
We're going to the 6th man
of the
year.
I want to go first. I want to go first.
Over defensive player?
It's going to make it
6th man.
It's going to make Keem happy.
I have Christian Wood.
He just said fuck both of us, Ryan.
I did. Fine. Jordan Poole. I'll go next. Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
Jordan Poole.
It's going to be easy. Actually, it's not easy. So I had it between them, between Jordan Poole and Tyrese Maxey, because through the preseason, Tyrese Maxey was one of the best players on that team. But watching Jordan Poole through the preseason and watching him and Draymond hook up last night, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's over. He just got a bag. That team's gonna be lights out to begin with. And Jordan Poole's gonna be a big part of it. Did he fuck me last night by only getting 12 points and not 15? Maybe. But I'm not gonna hold that against him. He's an elite scorer. He's a half decent defender. And having him off the bench, especially with some of those aging players and some of the new players like James Wiseman, he's gonna be, I think, the runaway 6 man of the year. So
Everything he said.
Kim?
Yeah, same thing.
All right, so I guess I'm the only one that's different.
Christian
Wood.
idiot.
Hey, Christian Wood off the
He
bench.
can do it.
He's coming off the bench, and like that second unit that we got is going to be pretty disgusting. So we'll see. All right, defensive player of the year. I didn't think about it, but it's kind of easy.
Rudy Gobert.
Marcus Smart. If you look at what
I wouldn't say that easy.
He wasn't.
If you look at what he did yesterday, when
against a team that didn't want to score, apparently.
Yeah, he was checking Harden and whoever. I'm just picking him. So who y'all got?
Rudy.
Well, I'm going next, and I'm going to take Joel Embiid.
Wait, because he blocks himself from scoring the entire season.
He's the only person that can guard himself. I guess so.
I'm going with Embiid.
Giannis is going to be the best defender of Giannis this year.
Now Simmons is going to be on beat at some point this season. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
His back's going to hurt for that game, dude.
Barbecue chicken.
Rudy Gobert. I can't stand this fucker. I don't think he deserves any of his defense player of the year. But I think Minnesota, if anything they're going to be, is a defensive force. And I think he'll be the guy that gets most of the credit, even if it's undeserving. So, yeah, Rudy.
I don't know, man. Just
Cat ain't gonna do it.
Because I think that I'm telling you, I really do think Edwards' attitude on that team and what Rudy can bring to them defensively. If Cat can play, I know that's always the thing. We do this every year. Can Cat play to the level at which he should be playing at and play as angrily as he should be playing? And I think it gets better. I think last year was a step in the right direction. I think it gets better.
I don't know, man. It's like I just keep getting flashbacks of what happened to him in the playoffs.
Yeah, but now he's got Rudy to step up,
and Edwards is getting better.
Defense.
Yeah, he's not gonna have as much. He can play defense, but you can make Rudy unplayable.
And Rudy's gonna have 0 points.
It's going to have anything to do with defense play the
regular season though.
Yeah. I have Rudy as well. I think, especially on that team, the way they're gonna have to implement him because of how fucking Charmin soft Cat is, he is going to be defending almost 100% of the time. I don't even think he comes back. I think there 4 guys go up the floor, try and score. Rudy's back underneath the basket. They try to come back, and then they're playing 5-on-5 ball again. I don't even know if Cat goes up the floor. He probably just stands in the middle and complains.
Rudy has been working on post moves too.
But they'll be able to deploy him such that I think it's inevitable that he wins Defensive Player of the Year because he's going to have to, or that team's going to be trash.
All right. So we got 2 more. We have Coach of the Year, which I'm gonna go with Tyronn Lue.
Same here.
Oh, okay.
Ryan.
I am putting my marbles
Willie Green
on Willie Green, and the fact that Zion is going to be the player that we think he is. They're going to win a ton more games than they did last year, obviously. And I think he is going to be the beneficiary of that team being so good the way they're currently constructed. No.
Can I say another one to step all over Keem? Since I already
Taylor Jenkins.
I wasn't going to tell you.
He's going to say that.
I wasn't going to tell you.
No, I just had to say it before he got his shit off. Go ahead.
Bickerstaff.
Go ahead.
But yeah, Taylor Jenkins, I think, like I said, like you guys, I think it was K-Dot picked Ja to win MVP. And I think, like I said, Grizzlies are going to be one of those teams.
He's a dark horse. He's second. He's second in running for me.
Yeah, he was your dark horse.
Second in running. My dark horse is Zion.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But I think Ja and the Grizzlies will do well. Ja is similar to Luka terms that he doesn't have a superstar next to him, but they have a good team built around him. He's got, Jaren Jackson Jr. over there, got Bain, Brandon Clark. I like that team over there. And so I just think that I think Taylor Jenkins is and the Grizzlies are gonna have a year, and it's gonna be so good that he'll be coach of the year.
Okay.
So I have Ty Lue, but my dark horse, and I think this is an absolute candidate, is Nate McMillan for the Atlanta Hawks.
Fair.
Downtown Atlanta Hawks.
Fair. Especially how good that team is supposed to be.
Yep.
All right. So, final thing we got.
I want to go first.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Most improved player.
No.
Oh.
But all right, let's add that in. Go ahead. Go.
Hold on, what was the other one that you were gonna
What
go?
was your last one?
My last one was the conference champions.
Are we gonna go through are we gonna say where we have them ranked?
No, we
No.
we nixed
No.
that.
Yeah, that was in the chat.
We don't have our playoff team, we're just doing conference run.
Yeah.
No, we're not
Ah.
doing any of those things because we don't know who the fuck's doing what yet. Week 1,
Predictions, sir.
game 2.
Prediction. Oh, well, I had my list going.
I
Yeah,
know.
he's been
I was
talking
gonna
about it
do
the whole
that too,
time.
but
I was
then-
waiting for this disappointment.
Look,
I thought we weren't
yeah,
okay.
I wanted to do it, but then they was like, nah.
In the chat, we said nah.
I
And I
was,
was like,
occupied. I
man.
didn't really pay attention
All
to
right,
everything.
so-
I texted.
Hey, well,
All right, most improved player. Who you got?
Zion Williamson.
Fair. Okay.
Well, is it? Does he
What?
qualify? I guess he does.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
He can play.
Coming off the injury.
Well, I
It's
mean,
a
he's not being
technicality.
improved. He didn't
But
fucking
get
play
it.
last year.
It's a
Right.
it's the Joe Burrow.
Wait, would you say that he's a shoe in? Hey, you.
Wow. All right, Ryan,
Hopefully not a shoe out.
So I wanted
Or an
to
out
go
shoe.
Tyrese Halliburton originally, but then I took a step back, and I think it's gonna be Precious Achua. I think I always forget that the Raptors are a team all the time. They're in Canada. There's that one guy who sells cards who's got like baseline seats. But I think just in terms of his level of production last year, the level of production they're going to need from him in order to be a good team this year. And I think that they will be because they always kind of are. I realize it should be Zion, but I don't want to pick the same thing that K-Dot did. So I'm going to go Precious Achua because they're going to need a level of production from him so far above what they had last year, and he's capable of it. So that's where that's
person.
that's fine. That's where I'm putting
Yeah,
my
that's
my
fine.
2 quarters.
Okay. Keem?
Fred VanVleet, 19 threes a game. Watch it.
I just want to admit that I was not prepared to pick for this award, but I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards.
Okay. And I will say I was not prepared either. And
Luka
I'm gonna go with-
Doncic.
No, I'm gonna go with Kawhi.
Oh,
I'm disappointed we're not going to do the list.
I know.
I was
I'm so
too, bro.
excited.
I'm fucking bummed.
I'm so glad that you
I
did
had the
that.
playing scenes. I was excited about it.
All right,
You know what?
Run
Let's
through them
chance to be
Look,
wrong.
hey, run through them right quick.
Nope,
Run
let's
through
chance to
them
be
right
wrong. Y'all ain't gonna do it. Y'all can't hold me to.
Fine. All right. Last thing.
No,
is
all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. Run through.
I'm gonna step on my conference champion. I got Clippers.
No,
and
wait,
beat the
wait,
Nets in the
wait,
finals,
wait.
and that's it.
Go ahead,
Boom.
K-Dot.
No, he stepped
Go
on my shit.
Go ahead, Kate.
All right, just quickly. No explanation of anything. Just gonna run through the West, run through the East.
Yeah.
So from 1 all the way down, ranked.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Warriors, Nuggets, Clippers, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Mavericks, play-in teams, Pelicans, Kings, Lakers, Suns.
boo, Lakers.
Wow.
Yep.
I like that list. My list was very similar, except you got the Mavericks too low.
I think Luka gets hurt. I think Luka's load this year is going to be insane. I think it's going to finally catch up.
Please,
Luka is going to have the bukkake of loads.
please,
It is a full-fledged bukkake session.
Please, Clippers.
Okay. Can I go through the East now?
I don't think no.
Apparently,
Like you just ruined all the shit.
apparently Luka's
Like-
load is gonna blow through the East.
Jesus Christ. I was like stuck on the fact that you had the Suns at the bottom.
No, I'm with that. That's fine. No, I'm fine with
I told
that.
you the Suns were going to be my biggest disappointment this year.
All right. Let's go through
East,
these, bro.
East.
No lows.
Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Hawks, Nets, Cavs, Heat, or sorry, play-in, Heat, Bulls, Knicks, Raptors.
All
right.
Conference champions, Warriors, Sixers.
Sixers are not going to be close.
Shut up. It's the time.
Is what you said. Oh,
It's
we're going to
been
do this
time, yeah.
again.
It's time now.
Doing it again.
It's time now.
It's been time since they started trusting the damn process.
But I've picked the Sixers, I think, every year we've done this podcast.
And they've been
time.
What happened? All right.
Are we
Harden was look good,
conference
man.
champions? You're not. That's not your finals picks. That's just who you think will be the number one seeds.
No, so I ranked who I thought the number one
Yeah.
seeds are going to be. My conference champions, so the guys that I think will be playing in the finals,
Perfect.
are
Okay.
Warriors, Sixers.
Okay, perfect. I did it right. Got you.
All right. So who you got, Keem?
Clippers, Nets. Clippers over Nets in the finals. Kawhi, MVP.
All right. Ryan?
I didn't
didn't say
prepare him
that.
because we said we weren't fucking doing it.
I said the conference champions. Who do
It's
you
just the conference. You got to do the
who
list
the
like
fuck
me.
do you think is going to be in the finals?
Mavs, Nets.
Wow. My man. All right.
I got the Sixers winning it all. Joel Embiid is your MVP.
I can't
You know what?
wait.
You know what this means?
Just
It means that
rag
they're
on
going to be
you
in the play-in.
every week.
Hey,
Fuck
that
you.
means they're going to be in the play-in.
Hey, I almost put the
Doc Rivers
Wizards
ain't
over the
gonna
Raptors. I almost put the Wizards over the Raptors. I didn't do it though. I didn't do it. I control myself.
What the fuck?
We've never seen this team play. Plus, I do have it. I do
Hey,
think
You know
Dame,
why?
You know, Dame Lillard will be a wizard by the end of the trade deadline. Before the trade deadline.
Hey, Danny just went down. Just
Shut up.
I'm watching. I'm
Oh my
watching.
God.
Huh?
Who went down?
Danny,
Danny Avdia.
Like, is it serious?
I don't know.
Yeah, but he can't afford to be going down at all because usually he's not good. He doesn't get back up.
See, you keep talking about going down in loads. All right.
Yeah, you're the one who put that together, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So look,
We gotta clip that and tweet that from the account. Tweet that
But
from
y'all
the-
can clip it, you sons of bitches. Use that
this
screen
line's gonna be
recording feature.
insane. All right, so I was stuck between the Warriors and the Clippers, and then I have the Bucks and the Celtics. So I'm gonna go with the Warriors and the Bucks
I like that
in
too.
the finals again.
Bucks will win, but I like that.
Yeah,
gotta-
Giannis,
They beat
Giannis,
us.
man.
And
They
in
do it.
4 months, we'll all be fucking wrong and redoing this shit.
No, I think I really like James' picks. I love my pick too, but Chaos pick is trash. And yours is
Yeah, but you like my list. You like my West list.
I like your Western Conference list more than your Eastern Conference list. I'm really in line with you on the Western Conference. Eastern Conference, we'll see.
Well, the Eastern Conference is still kind of a toss-up, right? Because we kind
That's
of know.
and that's why I think the Hawks will be top 3 seed. Third
It's
seed.
just to me, it's a matter of like which teams are gonna fall. I think so. Like I have Miami falling. I've got Jimmy Butler being on the trade deadline. Being on the trade block this season. I have the Lakers because I believe in AD.
No, stop.
I know.
No, stop.
Look, who's the third best player on that team?
No, stop.
That guy
Probably
they
the third
picked
best
up
player
on,
in the league.
Russell
Who's
Westbrook.
who's the third best player on that team?
Russell Westbrook.
guy with the last name
It's a
Ryan that they
problem.
picked up off of DoorDash.
It's a fucking problem. But like, is Westbrook on the scene by the trade deadline?
No,
No, because he's going to
Right.
get traded for Dame.
no, he's not.
Okay.
Ain't no way.
Okay.
If it does, then I feel really good about having him in playing.
That is the only way
Feel
that
great.
makes sense.
about having him being in the plan. No, I just think
They're already starting to crack.
AD
You heard the press conference.
AD is just about whether or not he can stay healthy enough to play. And if he does, that's a different fucking team. Period. And that to me is just it's the way it goes with the Lakers right now. Once again, I just have them in the play-in. They're not good. I'm just going off the strength of AD.
Look, the fact that they can't shoot is
Yeah, and LeBron fucking copping to it. We can't.
yeah, exactly. Like
We're
they're
not
already
built to
starting to crack.
shoot.
It's like this team is not built right. And what are you gonna do about it? He ain't gonna do nothing.
Was it true that he announced his retirement after the season? Or was that a
No.
bullshit article? Okay. Bro.
Bullshit. That man is staying until at least he can play a game with his son. All right. So final thoughts, guys.
Go Bills.
I go.
Go ahead.
So as a Commanders fan, a very sad, lonely existence. Looks like there's some daylight with one particular story that's been following for a very long time, which is Dan Snyder. You had Jim Irsay, who I've had nothing but terrible things to say about what he's done with Carson Wentz, but now I'm back on you, buddy. I love you, Jim. He went off on he's busting up. I'm sorry. He went off and emptied the load cannon all over Dan Snyder as far as just what look, he said we have enough to get rid of his ass. And to me, the fact that you have an owner comfortable enough to actually outright say it, to me means that this feels like, for the first time, the beginning of the end of the Snyder era. I really believe it. I've been predicting all this stuff, and I've been pretty fucking dead on the entire way through. Be it there's a war between Snyder, there's like a Cold War brewing between Snyder and the league. And I think when the Mary Jo White report comes out and they can talk about what happened on that airplane, on that flight in 2009 and make it public record, will be a problem for him. And I don't think he has enough guys in his corner. I think Jerry Jones is damn near a hostage right now. Kind of funny, because fuck him. But the fact that you got like even what there was a room, Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones got into it at the league meetings.
But that was about something else.
To me, but the thing of it is that you don't hear shit like that come out of the league meetings as far as any interruptions or distractions between them. There's a fracture happening right now in the league. And I think a lot of guys are extremely uncomfortable and on edge. And you don't make a room full of billionaires uncomfortable and on edge without something fucking happening. And that's where I'm at on it.
Kraft was just stressed about his wedding.
But, Kraft didn't yell. It was Jerry Jones who said, don't fuck with me.
One thing that I've really enjoyed was the fact that no other owners came out to support Dan Snyder.
I just want to speak on what Jim Irsay said real quick. Just when they asked him about why he spoke out on Dan Snyder, I just want to quote him and then say what I want to say. I don't like the fact that sometimes the way owners are viewed, people think we can do whatever we want, because that's not true. And then I had that big boy moment from ATL, like,
I saw the tweet.
Is that who I think that is? I know that ain't Jim Irsay. I know that ain't coked up Irsay.
You don't say Jim Irsay.
I know that's not him saying that. I found that so ironic, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just Irsay, man. It's Irsay just getting a little end. Yeah, fuck this.
That's literally probably what happened though. But yeah, so who wants to go next?
Go Bills.
I can go. I'll go.
Stand you.
I'll go. The Ravens are 3-3. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl, and I feel very strongly in that pick. I, however, want to address EDC and the Baltimore Ravens organization and Greg Roman and John Harbaugh. Here's the thing, right? Get another receiver.
Wait, they got Deshaun Jackson.
Huh?
They just signed Deshaun.
Get a receiver.
You want DJ Moore,
who can win one-on-one matchups. I know Deshaun can take the top off of defense still, even at his old age. We got a decrepit Hollywood Brown now, so yay, I guess. But get another receiver who can win one-on-one, and so we can stop just having Lamar and 13 personnel.
He actually did sign.
Like that.
Yeah.
If you traded for a DJ Moore or even a Curtis Samuel, because he's in a shit situation. And so like you trade for a guy like that, and you put him on the team so we can better improve our pass catchers. But we have to
out of all the receivers in the league.
No, I've looked at receivers we should go out for. Like they got Scary Terry and Jahan Dotson. They don't need Curtis Samuel. I mean, especially with the way they throw the ball. And so like
random shots.
And so basically, I'm just saying, guys, we need. I love Devin Duvernay, but he's a wide receiver 3, not even a wide receiver 2. I like him. He could be a wide receiver 2 if like a Rashad Bateman's hurt for a while, but he doesn't need to be our wide receiver 1 when Rashad Bateman's hurt, right? We just need more depth at the pass in terms of wide receivers. But I still think we're good. We're getting healthy. Justin Houston's coming back. Gus Edwards coming back. We're getting healthy at the right time. So I'm not worried. We just need to pick it up.
Also, I will say the Deshaun pick to me makes a ton of sense for giving the defensive backs a little bit more hesitation in terms of coming up and stuff in the box, because if you have defenders having to play further back in order to account for Deshaun. It's going to give Lamar more room to roll because you won't have to worry about a safety creeping up because Deshaun's on the field because that kid can still fucking run. And he's definitely going to score 2 or 3 touchdowns before he breaks a leg or whatever the fuck he does, like he does every other season. But for those,
is Deshaun better than Hollywood Brown as far as taking the top off?
At
this point,
yeah.
If we're just talking about speed, they're the same in my opinion.
So at this point, you'd rank them the same,
equal, and just in terms
right
of
now.
speed,
Wow. Okay.
Yes, not in terms of like wide receiver, just who's going to take the top off. They're the same for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you can put them both on opposite ends.
Only part that I would say is Deshaun. At least Deshaun will catch the ball.
Yeah, Deshaun can catch at some weird fucking angles too.
Yep.
I loved when Deshaun was in Washington.
I love when
I love when he was in Philly.
one of my favorite
Don't
sports
miss those
moments
days.
is still the muffed punt return for a touchdown against the Giants.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite moments in football history.
Who was the punter? Who's the punter?
Pat McAfee.
No,
No,
it
it's that super jack dude.
because I remember he's coming off the field and coughing. What'd you do?
I told you not to fucking kick
I
to him.
told you not.
Wait,
to.
no, they cut him the next day, right?
Was it Matt Dodge?
Maybe. I'll look it up. You go ahead with your final thought. Oh wait, was it about Curtis Samuel? Anyway,
No, it's about Dan Snyder.
Goddamn traitor.
Go ahead, James.
No, I ain't got done.
I'll do another one. House of the Dragons is shit. And I regret
You got to figure out what you said.
is the shit.
The shit. All right.
The
You
shit.
said-
I didn't hear
said-
the
Yeah, we just heard it's
House of Dragons. It's shit. And I was like, wait, no.
House of Dragons is the shit. Keem, you are 100% right. I should have been watching this week to week. Now
Matt
I get
Dodge.
to listen to the podcast and listen to half the Ringers episodes, which are all fuck about it. Holy shit. There are certain aspects that are a little melodramatic for my liking, but I mean, yeah, it's given me all the great things that Game of Thrones did, including less penis shots. I don't think I've seen a penis yet. It's been great. So, yeah, I just think it's been a dope show, and they've got the timeline and everything on around.
It was Matt Dodge.
It was Matt Dodge. Yeah, I thought so.
And then they told him to get the fuck out of
Dodge.
no.
Gotcha. All right. Great episode, guys.
Hey guys.
Love
3,
that episode.
2, 1. All right,
Yeah,
y'all.
we got to clip that shit.
right.
We gotta clip that shit.
It was the AB jump.
Oh, no. I hate AB, yo.
Put that shit
Put that shit on.
Put that shit on.
No, we're not going to do that.
Put that shit
Put that
on.
shit on.
No.
I like my
No.
beer Filipino grease, yeah. Like
Oh,
I'm just saying, AB, that dance is the dumbest fucking thing ever, and everyone's
People
doing
do
it. It's look, he might be he's an idiot, but he's a genius at the same time.
Little Yachty's Poland is one of the worst songs I cannot stop listening to I have ever heard in my goddamn
Idiocracy is
life.
coming true. We are all collectively dumber.
Yeah. Like, we still do the waddle.
Some more than most. All right, love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
all right. Peace.